Morning. Today I'd like to talk about creating an effective positioning strategy. Right now, when we find ourselves in times of great uncertainty, the most important thing to do is to really understand what your business does and what problems it solves. This might sound obvious, but as a business owner, you need to be crystal clear and honest about the current state of your business. It's only then that you can make difficult decisions as to whether to temporarily scale down your operations or, on the flip side, how to dramatically increase the speed at which you scale up your operations. You don't want to miss out on opportunities that presents itself through a massive increase in a sudden demand for your product or service. An effective positioning strategy considers the strengths and weaknesses of the organisation, the needs of the customers, the marketplace, and the position of competitors. The purpose of positioning strategy is that it allows a company to spotlight specific areas where they can outshine and beat their competition. However, in my experience, most people conduct their business in an instinctive way and never actually write down their strategy in a thought-through manner. So if you can document your strategic position in a useful way, it will provide you with a foundation to analyse and access potential adaptations. And this process is not static, so you can refine your plans as all the market conditions may change. The simple exercise of describing your strategic position will enable you to reflect on your business and will provide the first tool you can rely on to fully understand what you offer your customers and why loyal customers ultimately come to you. Strategy does involve making tough choices, and on 3 dimensions. It's really the what, who, and how of what your business is. And if you fail to make clear and explicit choices, we end up serving the wrong customers. We can lose competitive advantage and also have suboptimal operations. Now, more than ever, it's important to capture what makes your business unique. And over the coming months, you might not start to notice patterns in changing customer behavior and disruptions to your own supply chain. But documenting your current position will help you better identify to adapt your business. It will also provide a stake in the ground to be able to measure and understand how substantial the changes are that you need to make. By asking these questions, what, who, and how, it will make you aware of what's going on in our rapidly changing business environment. It might make you consciously think, there's still demand for my product, but now I'm dealing with a different customer. Or it could be that my customers are still loyal, but they're demanding a different services. Businesses tend to fail when they can't clearly articulate these changes, and the knock-on effect is that you're then too slow to implement any decisions. So, my challenge to you is this. I'd like you to document your business by answering the what, who, and how. I've attached a downloaded PDF for you to fill in, and I've also populated with this some questions to help the thought process to start with. So in the what column, the questions that you could be asking yourself are, what are the products and services used for? What do you do for your customers? In the who column, start thinking about questions like, who are your customers? What target markets and segments do you focus on? When considering how, think about what are your key processes? Who are your external partners and suppliers? What is your revenue model, i.e. who pays for what, and what the cost drivers are? There are clearly many more questions that you can ask, but hopefully this will get you started thinking along the right lines. And as I said before, designing a successful strategy is a never-ending process because new positions continually arrive. Many businesses are now thinking about what position they can attain during and after the pandemic. They may be questioning your viability post-pandemic or scaling up your business to meet the new demand. So once you've established what you do, who you are, and how you do it, then you need to take a moment to test this by asking why. So using the same table that you've downloaded, you can now fill out the why column. Questions to consider there are, why do customers buy from me, and how do you define your value proposition? Now you can start using this analysis to help you identify any vulnerabilities in your position. So as we start coming out of lockdown, I'd like to start reflecting on some of these questions as well. So, for example, could you shut down your operations and reopen unchanged after the pandemic? Probably not, but maybe. Could you emerge from the pandemic as a market leader? That would be good. Could your business survive if the government extends the lockdown for, say, another 3 months? Ouch. Can you continue to solve customer problems if they only shop online? That's a big question. Hopefully you'll find this exercise useful. Personally, I find it easier to do with other team members, as what I often find is different people bring different viewpoints, and I often find solutions which I would never have got to on my own. Anyway, I hope that's a great help, and I shall see you next week.